Or as you would say, sláinte to the hot gas.
Sláinte to the hot gas.
Hi, cuties!
Hey, cuties!
Happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever you are watching this. I'm Leigh.
I'm Darragh.
And today, we are so excited because we're so excited.
Sorry. We're so excited to be here.
We are doing a Q&A of all the questions that you have asked us. So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I posted a little question sticker, and so you gotta submit all of your questions. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you follow me at Leigh and Healey. And before we do anything, make sure you like this video and click the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. We gotta drink more before we start, okay?
Sláinte.
First question, what is the age difference between me and Darragh?
4.5 years. That was to me, yeah? Good.
4.5 years.
4.5
Okay.
years.
I thought he was way older. I thought he was older than me. And I'm 26, and I was 26 when we met.
And that's funny because I knew what age she was because obviously I'd seen her Hinge profile. She had no idea what age I was. And I was 21.
Well, okay, also, if you don't know the original story, I'm going to link it. I always point the wrong way, but I think it's this. I think it's over here. So I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna link it somewhere up above where you can see our original Q&A where I talk about how we originally met, because I had matched with his best friend and his best friend brought him along on our date. And then I liked him better than his friend, but his friend was, I thought he was 27, but I think he was 26.
He was 26, yeah.
Okay,
26.
but I thought he was 27, and so I thought, oh, obviously his friend that he's bringing with him is his same age, so, you know, I just assumed.
You even thought I was older than that.
Yeah, I thought he was older. Like, how am I to know? I didn't know that. And
It was just the vibe I was getting, you know?
he apparently was super, super nervous. He was like really nervous I was gonna find out his age, apparently.
Well, I mean, I didn't think it was gonna be like a problem, but I was like, you know what, it'd be beneficial if she didn't ask me that question until like, you know, a bit later on when I had, you know,
I asked.
started putting the moves on.
Well,
at that point it's too
I was
late.
gonna say, I did. That is literally what happened. That's literally what happened, because if I had found out sooner, I probably would have like gone back a little bit, because it's, I don't know, that's a little scary. Like when I had previously thought about like 21, 22, I thought like you wouldn't have your life together and like you wouldn't know what you want, and you wouldn't like necessarily want a long-term relationship.
But hey, here I am.
Question number 2. Would I have been upset if Darragh never reached out after our meet cute?
I would hope so.
I would have been so upset. Are you kidding me?
I hope so.
Oh my god, I would have been literally devastated. And also that means he would have ghosted me, because the first night we met, he made, it was your idea though.
It was.
We made plans to get a hotel room.
Like I said, I was making moves.
The next night. So if you hadn't reached back out, I would have been under the impression that we had plans the next night, and then we wouldn't have. What would you have done if I didn't reach out after our meet cute and I ghosted you, and then you bought a hotel room, and then
Oh, that would have been so poxy. Oh my god.
so poxy?
So poxy. That actually would have been the poxiest. Because I had work the next night as well. So I was going straight from work, which I finished at about 1:30 in the morning, and then went to go and pick you up and to go straight to the hotel. So
I know,
guess
I
would
was
have
like,
had a night on my own in a hotel after work.
you could tell how down bad I was because I was willing to meet you at 1 a.m. Isn't that the total like booty
That is,
call, like
yeah,
meet me at 1
yeah.
a.m. Like I got
I
us
was
a
like
hotel room at 1 a.m.
I was like, there's no way those girls are gonna agree to this. There's not a chance. Like
I did, my heart spoke to me.
it was your heart, was it? I don't know. I think it was.
You're bad. You're bad.
I don't know about that one.
Question number 3, and this one's for me. Did I ever see myself in a long distance relationship? I actually previously have been in a long distance relationship, and it's what made me so averse to being in one. When we first started talking, when I got back to America, I could tell like things were heating up between us, and I was so nervous, and I consistently would tell him I'm not gonna be in a long distance relationship. If you want to be in a long distance relationship, good luck. Like, that's not happening. Was I not? I made so many roadblocks for him. Like, I was like, there's no way in hell like you're ever gonna be my boyfriend.
I was a bit like, okay, so what are you talking about again?
Because I was obsessed with you and I did want you to be my boyfriend. But with all that being said, the reason why I was so averse to it was because it was such a toxic, horrible relationship, and it just happened to be long distance. Whereas what I thought at the time was it was toxic and horrible because it was long distance. Because in that situation, it definitely was different because it wasn't such like intimate time, but we had met, only spent like 2 or 3 days together, and then we went our separate ways, and then we were in a relationship. And you know, that's pretty similar to what happened to us.
Yeah, and not too far off.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh my gosh, I always attributed to, I never knew that guy, like my ex. I felt like I never knew him. He was a different person when we actually started hanging out, and the relationship evolved very toxically. Now I know, oh, we had completely different communication patterns. Like, he had a lot of anger pent up inside of him. He didn't really like me, I don't think. I don't think the guy liked me. And like we both just had perceptions of what we wanted the relationship to be and what we wanted people to be like in relationships. And being with someone who's such a healthy communicator is just, honestly, just, I don't know, you are so like doting and affectionate, and he goes out of his way to just make me feel so loved and appreciated. And honestly, my #1 cheerleader.
I'm just a big ray of sunshine.
He is. Everything about him is such a green flag. My dad always jokes, like, I'm waiting for him to just show me one thing that's bad about him, like just one thing.
And the one thing that he's clinging to is my farting.
My dad loves to be like, well, does he fart? I'm like, of course, we both fart together. Aggressively. We are aggressive farters.
Couples who fart together stay together.
I never saw myself in a long distance relationship again, and I know that it is something serious if I found myself in one again. And I love you.
You're gonna kiss me or
Is that gross?
It's so gross.
Sorry. Did you see yourself in a long distance relationship ever?
I never thought about it, honestly. Didn't see myself in a relationship at all in the next few years.
I feel like too, if you ever did see yourself in a relationship, it was gonna be with an Irish girl.
True, that is true.
I never in a million years, if I, like, also too, when we think of long distance, I never thought it was gonna be an international long distance relationship.
Yeah, that one was a bit of a plot twist. I did not see that one coming at all. Yeah, no, I didn't. I just never thought about it. I wasn't thinking about being in a relationship anytime soon. I hadn't come across anyone that I was like, I want to be in a relationship with you. So yeah, and then you meet someone and then things change.
What was your first impression of me when you first met me?
I thought you were the sexiest woman I've ever seen.
You didn't think I had big brains?
That was secondary too. We were in a club. You don't turn around and say.
You didn't. Well, he looked at my Hinge profile before a minute. You didn't look at my Hinge profile and say, "Wow, she's so witty and funny, and look, she's so smart. Like, she went to Northwestern. Like."
I'd never heard of Northwestern before.
And now.
And also.
And this is his alma mater.
You up DCU.
You didn't think I was so charming?
And...
he just said, "Wow, look at those titties."
It was actually the ass that got me. When we started talking, obviously that became evident. But at first I was more like, like, how you doing?
Question number 4. How has being in a long distance relationship impacted both of us financially?
Poorly.
It's very expensive to be in a long distance relationship.
Yeah, it's tough going, yeah.
I feel like it's a joke everyone always, I see this all the time, like on TikTok, people joking, like when you get in a relationship, you're spending so much money because you're like doing things together, going on dates, you want to buy things for each other. So obviously we're not like hanging out every weekend, okay? We're not going to, but we know what we are doing, buying $800 flights to go see each other. And that's expensive, and we see each other just under about every 2 months.
Yeah.
So, like, forking that over. And something that we've been doing recently, which has been costly, is trying to explore new places together. So, you know, hotels. Last time I went to Dublin, we flew to Paris.
Yeah.
So.
And before that, we got an Airbnb down the country in Wicklow, which is a beautiful place. If anybody's ever gone to Ireland, check out Wicklow.
But yeah, being in a international long distance relationship definitely like drains your wallet. I do have to say though, I don't know, I would spend the money. He's worth it. You're worth it.
Yeah,
you're worth the dollar.
She's worth it.
Oh, you want to know what I forgot to say? I did have to make like financial choices once we were like in our relationship.
Yeah.
I definitely decided to forego things in order to, this is what I'm saying, how you're worth it. Okay, I decided to forego things. Like I was a member of 2 gyms and I quit one of the gyms. So I don't like, and I used to be really obsessed with that gym. I took you to that gym. It was called Base Camp. We did like classes, and now I like don't do that anymore. And where I can money save, I've been trying to do that just so I'm like, okay, I know that I'm gonna have this giant cost coming up in like a month or 2. I need to make sure I have enough funds.
It's worth it though.
Sponsor. Question number 5. Who is more likely to move, me or Darragh? I will say that within the first week of me coming back to America after leaving Ireland, I immediately called all my friends and my dad and was like, would it be insane if I moved to Ireland right now?
She was out looking up jobs and everything.
Literally, I went immediately like go on LinkedIn and have been like, you know, like looking up jobs and everything, and so I would drop everything to do what I had to do to just.
And I was like, why would you do that? Why would you?
And the whole time I'm like, but you're not my boyfriend and you'll never be my boyfriend.
I was like, why did you leave LA and come to Ireland? It's like, it doesn't compute. Normally it's the other way around.
Question number 6. This question is for both of us. What is your favorite place in Ireland? In Ireland versus the US? You can tell this wine is getting to me.
Yeah. She's a liar. She doesn't get out much.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite place. Obviously, I'm from Dublin. I love Dublin, and that will always be, you know, up the Dubs and all that.
Okay, wait, hang on. I'm sorry. Circle back. What is up the Dubs?
Oh, up the Dubs. Okay, so for anyone who is unfamiliar with Gaelic games, which are the national sports of Ireland, Gaelic football and hurling.
Often I will jump in here. An easier way to just know this is there are 2 random ass sports you've never heard of before that are in Ireland.
And they're both class.
That means good.
Yes.
Gaelic football and hurling. People refer to them as one thing, which is ga. And what is that?
Remember that. That's gonna be important.
What's ga?
That's gonna come up on the test.
What's ga? What's ga?
What's
it stand for?
The Gaelic Athletic Association.
Okay, and then you can
football
proceed.
And hurling.
So
Both part of that.
Up the Dubs.
So Dublin, the best team in the country by a country mile, obviously. Dublin are known as the Dubs. So
their little cheer that they say
the Dubs
is up the Dubs. And fun fact.
Also, Hill 16 is Dublin only. Sorry, no.
I don't know what that means.
Will get that.
What are you saying? Who are the buds?
The boys will get that.
The boys?
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, boys.
Hill 16 is Dublin only.
What I think is also really funny is apparently all the Irish people think that American cheers, like football cheers and everything that we do for sports, are really stupid.
Oh God, yeah.
They think they're so stupid.
Cringe.
Like
cringe.
What's the jokes that you guys always say?
The come on Seattle one. Oh my God.
Do it.
Come on Seattle. Fight and win.
It's like a joke for them. Like they think
Oh
like
my God.
I would never imagine that is.
That's so funny. That went viral. So funny. Like what? Come on, man.
That's something in high school all the time. It's like, let's go, let's fight and win.
It's all like defense, take it away.
That was literally a cheer. That was literally a cheer. Okay. Favorite place in Ireland is Dublin.
Okay.
Favorite place in the United States.
Sorry, I wanted to say.
I skip forward.
You skip forward. We skip. Favorite place to visit. Little place called Feathered-on-Sea in County Wexford. Beautiful place. The sunny southeast.
I found some hair on the ground. Sorry.
If you ever get the chance, hit it up because it's gorgeous.
I haven't been there, have I?
No, I'll take it over there.
It's the prettiest place, and you haven't taken me?
Yeah, I was busy taking you to Paris, wasn't I?
Okay, where's yours?
Right.
US.
I've only been to LA. So, LA.
His first time visiting America in ever was to see me.
And my second time to visit America.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the second time ever in America.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And let me tell you, the weather in LA right now is pox.
Poopy! Okay, also you've been saying poxy. Can you please explain poxy?
Poxy is bad.
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad news bears. The weather here is poopalicious, and I feel so bad because, you know, obviously you think you're coming to sunny LA where it's so nice and warm and you can escape the poopalicious Irish weather.
It's not supposed to be like sunshine and palm trees.
And it's been disgusting. It's like you bring it with you.
Thanks.
It's your fault.
It was grand the last time.
It literally snowed this week. It snowed in Los Angeles.
My first full day here and it's been snowing like what?
Stupid! Okay, my favorite places in Ireland, US. Enough about you. My favorite places in Ireland, I would say number one, I really love Galway. And that was the first place I went when I went to Ireland without you. And I really loved it, but I would like to go with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like their bar scene, and I just like how it's so easy to walk around their downtown because it's so small.
Two
it's
bars
small,
that they have.
Okay, no, they had like 4.
Oh, sorry.
It's a really small downtown, which is so different from Dublin. Dublin's like 10 times the size. It's huge. And Galway, it's so funny. They still consider it a city, but it's like a town. It's not even a town. It's like a walk.
Dublin is the only like city in Ireland.
And it's not even like nearly the size of an American city.
Like Belfast and Cork, like they're cities, but like Dublin's the only like
Dublin's a big boy.
It's the only proper European city, really.
Yeah.
Belfast might disagree with you, but. This is our channel.
They don't live in Ireland technically. You want to educate the people about?
No, I'll get far too passionate. I'll get far too passionate.
I will say though,
I would like you to retract that statement.
For the Americans who don't know, I will also add it in. Ireland is different from Northern Ireland, and Northern Ireland is not part of Ireland. It's part of the UK, and Ireland is not part of the UK. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Did you know that Ireland is actually like 2 countries?
On the one island.
I didn't know that until I went and I felt like a dum-dum. So, the more you know.
Please, anybody who is under the illusion that Ireland is part of the UK, please correct that.
Fix that. Yeah. Now you know better now. My favorite place in the US, I'm actually not entirely sure. I grew up in Georgia, Johns Creek, Georgia, so obviously like nostalgia reasons, I feel like, of course I love that place. I don't think I would ever go back. I don't think I would want to like live there, but it's a place that obviously is formative for me. I went to school in Chicago, but I don't like it there because it's cold. I lived in Florida for a minute, also don't like it there because it's Florida. I love Los Angeles. Los Angeles is like the best place to live when it's not gross and rainy. Yeah. I love it here though. This place is amazing. I've been to Vegas. Vegas is fun. I've been to Austin. I lived in Austin, Texas. I really liked Austin, Texas, but I'm not like a South girly. I don't really like the South that much. I do like the West Coast.
Texas is kind of different than the rest of the South though.
In some ways.
Yeah.
In some ways, but in a lot of ways, I mean,
kind of feels like its own thing, kind of like Florida as well. Like,
oh yeah, I think like, yeah.
Can you group the rest of them together? Like,
in some ways, so Florida is not part of the South, but Texas is part of the South.
Okay.
100%.
Even though Florida is more South than Texas.
Yes. Yes. 100%. Come on, Americans.
What a country.
Educate Darragh in the comments.
I've been educating you.
Yeah, he knows way more about geography than I do, especially specifically about America. He knows way more about American geography than I do.
That was one of my moves.
I have to fart. Hang on.
Don't cut that out.
Is that you gonna stay?
Yeah, please. Gotta make the final edit.
Okay, a little stinky. After this question, I want more wine. It's stinky. Oh, it keeps coming. It keeps coming.
Oh. I'm crawling up your ass and die. I'm fucking choking here. Fucking chewing on that shit.
Question number 7. This one is a silly one and one that I don't understand. And it's for Darragh. Tayto or king?
Tayto.
Please explain. No, I just spit. Please explain what the hell any of that means.
Right. Tayto versus king. Famous, crisp debate known to you as potato chips. Not to the rest of the world as crisps. The rest of the civilized world, anyways.
Why Tayto versus king? Like, what makes Tayto supreme for you?
Tayto, it's just the quintessential Irish brand, and it's tasty AF.
Is king not quintessential? Is it kind of like, oh, okay. I was gonna say, is it like Coke versus Pepsi?
That kind of a job, yeah.
Do you have a favorite flavor?
I suppose cheese and onion will always be the OG. I like a bit of prawn cocktail too. That's nice.
Prawn cocktail?
Yeah. The smoky bacon. Oh, Manhattan smoky bacon. Good shit.
I think it's so crazy. They have like American names for things. Like you have Manhattan smoky bacon. They have, what are some other things? I feel like you have like Boston. Like I've seen American cities or just American things. They still have things like that, and they all know the difference. And they know, like when someone says, oh, do an Irish accent, oh, do a British accent, do any type of European accent. I feel like any American would just pick one and wouldn't know that there's 800 different things, whereas they know like, oh, there's a difference between a Southern accent and a Californian accent.
And the difference between a Boston and a Chicago accent and
I have no idea from someone who...
It's just because like as someone living in an Anglophone country outside of the US media is just like shoved in your face for your entire life, like. So you just know, you just grow up with it.
I just had no idea.
Like immersion.
I'm so silly, like, oh, like I just had no idea how much our own culture had permeated the rest of the world.
Oh, big time, yeah, big time.
And also, I do think, to your credit, Darragh studied international relations undergrad, and he has related international. It worked out in your favor.
That could be taken a number of ways. He is related internationally.
Oh, I cracked my neck doing that. I need more wine.
You're actually the least smooth person I've ever met in my entire life.
I'm smooth enough to get a kiss. Drink me!
Oh, God almighty.
I'm sorry, look at the way he pours this. This is ridiculous.
You're cut off after this one, right?
That was rude. I'm hurt.
Deal with it.
Question number 8!
Oh, we didn't mention potato sandwiches.
What?
Didn't mention potato sandwiches. Potato sandwiches, staple of the Irish diet. You get yourself a packet of cheese and onion potato, a packet of Brennan's bread, bit of Kerrygold butter, Bob's your uncle, Mary's your auntie.
So, there are so many questions I have right now. 1, why have I never had this sandwich? 2, who the hell is Bob and Mary? What? Who are these people? Why are they in the sandwich? And why are they my uncle?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. And the next time you come to Ireland, you'll get a potato sandwich. And that's all you need to know.
He says so many phrases that I still learn on a daily basis what the hell he's saying. I don't know half the time. I really don't know.
Maybe you never fully will.
What was the thing that you said? Okay, one thing I learned recently was Sunday week, that they say, instead of saying next Sunday, they say Sunday week. Would you say like Monday week if I said next Monday? Or is it just Sunday?
You're talking about the Monday following the coming Monday? Yeah, that would be Monday week, yeah.
So insane. And then, what was the thing you said that you were asking, like, who is blah blah blah, and then you added something.
Oh yeah, we were talking about something and I was like, oh, who are they when they're at home? And it's just, I don't know, we just like to add random irrelevant things onto the end of sentences. I was just asking, who are they? And then you just add on when they're at home.
What does that mean?
Nothing, it means nothing at all.
Nothing. It means nothing.
You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing. No, it means nothing at all. We love just putting random things onto the end of sentences for the crack.
For the crack. Oh, crack. Tell the people about the crack.
The crack is what we're having right now.
No, we're having wine. Tell them what the crack means.
So funny, that was so funny. These are jokes to me, please. Crack is Irish for, crack is literally just Irish for fun. In the Irish language, it's fun.
And people will say too, like they'll walk in a room and they'll be like, what's the crack? Or where's the crack?
And that just means, what's the crack means, what's the story?
What's the story?
What's the story is, how's it hanging?
What's up?
What's going on?
we'll literally be walking and people will be like, you know, boys will like head nod him or whatever, and then he'll be like, what's the story? And then people will literally stop and be like, what story?
Only in America they stop, yeah.
Yeah.
In Ireland they're just like, if I ask them what's the story, they'll say what's the crack, and then we just move on.
Oh, it's literally just a how you doing?
Yeah.
It's like how, you know, you'll say how you doing, how are you, like if you're passing someone and no one is like stopping to be like,
I'll go with
no,
story,
tell me, I need to know, you know, give me the deets, spill the tea, what's the hot goss?
This is the hot goss. We got the hot goss.
Okay, now can we do question 8?
Okay, go on.
This one is another one for Darragh, and it's another fun one.
Oh, this one, yeah.
How does Darragh style his hair? How do you style your hair? Your hair looks sexy when it's pushed back. Don't you know your hair looks sexy when you push back? Okay, fun fact, actually, Mean Girls is one of my favorite movies, and he hasn't seen it yet, so he probably doesn't even understand that line.
Oh, that was a reference. Sorry, no,
he had no idea.
No, I didn't get that.
The one that I always use all the time, though, is, oh my god, it's like we had ESPN. I'll be like, oh my god, ESPN. Have you heard me say that?
I think so, yeah.
You probably don't even get what I'm saying when I say that.
No.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, tell the people how you sexily push your hair back.
There's not much to it. I use a hairbrush every day. And
Innovative.
And sometimes I will
groundbreaking.
And sometimes I will blow dry. And that's it.
No, what's the step? Okay, he goes in the shower, washes his hair.
Yeah.
With?
Whatever's in the shower.
And in my shower, it's probably a little more stock than his. My shower's got shampoo and conditioner, and he uses both.
My shower has whatever my mother has seen fit to buy.
Well, okay, your mom's gonna have that stocked. Okay, so shampoo and conditioner. He gets out. It's wet. Then what do you do? Oh, he aggressively.
I do it on a towel dry. Yeah.
Towel. That's not good though. Don't do that. Don't listen. Okay.
Maybe
I will tell you that's actually really bad. That can damage your hair. If you are drying with a towel ever. Especially for my girly cuties out there, okay, you know, I do the turby twist. Yeah, I'm doing that. We're going to turby twist or whatever, you know, twist it up.
Don't worry guys, we're going to take over the channel next week. Then
you're going to take the towel and literally just squeeze it out like that. Never go like this.
Well, I can't really squeeze it out, can I?
You can dab like this.
I've got short hair.
Take the towel and go like this.
How long is that going to take me?
3 seconds. 3 seconds. It's not gonna dry like that. It's not gonna dry. It's gonna be damp. But
I need it dry like that. If I'm in work in 15 minutes.
Oh my god. Okay, finish. Dry it, preferably my way.
Sometimes I will aggressively towel dry it the whole way and then brush it up. And sometimes
what does brush it up mean? Like that?
I mean, I'm sure the cuties know how a hairbrush works. Like.
No, oh my god. For example, when I brush my hair, I start from bottom to top.
Okay, I start.
Girly tip, never brush your hair from top to bottom. Always brush like this and then slowly work your way up.
Okay, I think this is a question for me. So I'm just gonna take back the
You're
reins.
answering it bad. You're answering it bad.
I'm just gonna take back the reins and you're gonna just take it back to you for a second, alright? If that's okay? Okay? So I take the hairbrush and I start brushing from this side right here, and then I go from my right to my left because my hair comes over that way and back, and so I just push it out like that, and then we're good to go. But it stays up because of honestly it stays up because for years during my formative years I would use like hairspray and stuff like that, and it would like stay up because I never used to stay up before that. And then honestly, I never use anything in it now, and I think it's just been like trained over the years to just stay up.
I actually think it stays up because it's full of secrets. It's another Mean Girls reference.
I was gonna say you've had too much wine.
Oh yeah, I'm almost. Or how? Okay, we got a little bit to go, and then we can finish the full bottle together. Did I have more than you? Did you pour me more than you?
I did, yeah. That was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Question number 9. What does Darragh think about my social media since he doesn't use social media?
I am very supportive of her. I think that she's doing a wonderful job. I think that she is putting out a fantastic message. She's helping a lot of people, and I have a lot of fun while she's doing it.
What did you think like when we first met? Because
I didn't believe that you were an influencer when you first told me.
Isn't that so fun? Literally, I remember we were laying in bed the morning after, and I forget what we were talking about. Oh, he was asking about my job, and I was like, oh, 9 to 5, I work in marketing, but my 5 to 9, I'm actually an influencer. And I think he was kind of like,
yeah, I didn't believe it.
And then I was like, oh, let me show you my socials. And then I showed him my social media, and he was like, whoa, oh, you weren't kidding.
Honestly, no, you just have a certain image of an influencer in your head, and...
What was your image of an influencer previously?
Someone that didn't have as good a personality as you.
What kind, like, what would that mean? Like, describe that type of personality.
Just more of a vapid person, really.
Yeah.
And you're anything but vapid.
That's something that actually made me feel super self-conscious to even talk about being an influencer. And I think that was something that one of my friends built my confidence up about previously, because I didn't want to say that because I knew so many people had such a negative stereotypical impression of influencers being stupid. And so I was like, I don't want people to think I'm stupid. Like, I'm a really smart person. I also, I have 2 jobs, you know?
In Northwestern.
I did go to Northwestern, okay, schools and everything though, blah, blah, blah. But I was always really nervous to talk about it. And so this was a period that I had finally gotten really comfortable in talking about it. So I just think it's so interesting that you did think that. Also though, I do want to say you never shared that with me. That was an internal thought that you never said out loud. And too, when he like saw my socials and stuff and you saw like what I was posting, I think you were like, oh wow.
It was a very different vibe to what I had in my head initially.
And I think it really changed your impression too. And I think
like,
you were a lot more open after.
Because obviously, sexy girl. And you see sexy girls, she says she's an influencer, you get a certain image in your head sometimes.
Well, I do post bikini photos. I do post, you know, some of those stereotypical things. I post thirst traps. I still sometimes post thirst traps, you know.
And more power to you. So you also have a whole different vibe going on, and it's a very good one.
I do have to say too, on my end, I have to say he is super supportive. He doesn't have social media, but every single day this man will go on desktop and look at my YouTube, look at my TikTok, look at my Instagram to check to see, because he knows I post every day. He'll check to see my new posts. He'll like all my YouTube stuff or whatever like he can. He's able to support.
Yeah. Because I can't like your TikToks.
He's able to just view everything through, give me views, and be supportive in that way. And always like when we are able to call at the end of the day, he'll always say, oh my gosh, I saw this TikTok, it looked so good, or I really thought this about this thing. And I'm always so appreciative of it because I know he's tuned in and really cares, and I love that so much. It means like a lot. I need to have, again, I said earlier, you're my #1 cheerleader, and I genuinely feel that in so many ways.
Go Cats.
Go Cats! Go Cats!
Up the dubs.
This is the last question. This is the last question. It's for me, but I'm gonna make it for both of us.
Okay.
So the question was, do I want to be a mother? So I'm gonna ask, do we want to be parents? That's it. That's an intense question. It's an intense question. I'm glad I'm drunk for it.
It's always been something that I've seen in my future.
I have to say, it was not something I saw in my future. I would always say, when people would ask me the question, I would say 0 or 2. Specifically 0 or 2. I am an only child. And so I was like, I would never wish that upon anyone. I think that is honestly a really difficult way to be raised, because you are always third wheeling your parents. And it's not super fun in that way, because your parents will be having like adult conversation, and maybe it was just my parents, but they would all the time be having like adult conversations about taxes and finances, all this stuff, and I would ask questions and they'd be like, this is an adult only conversation. And so I would just be sitting there and I'd be like, okay, fuck me, I guess, you know, and I'd just be chilling there playing with my Tamagotchis, and I got really good at making myself laugh and having my own like fun in that way. And so obviously that's really great, you know, knowing how to hang out alone, but I think that's also something that made me desperately crave other like people, and what made me so like, in a lot of ways, now I'm getting something deeper. I'm like maybe kind of like desperate as a person in like some ways for like friendship and relationships and whatever. That always made me be like, okay, if I had kids, I would never have one. And then I saw that there was a study once that said parents that have 3 kids are like extremely less happy than parents that have 2 kids. Which is funny because he is one of 3.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I saw this, I don't know if we've ever talked about that, but I saw this study that said that once, so I was like, oh, I'll never have 3 kids for that reason.
Honestly, I always saw myself having 3 kids because I was...
Really?
Yeah.
Just because it was your family?
Yeah, it was just all I knew. And I was like, yeah, 3.
Well, how did you feel then when I said
2
if I would have kids?
I was like, yeah, it's a bit few, but I could get with it.
How did you feel when I said 0 or 2?
I was like, 0 doesn't sound great.
I have to say,
2 I could do it.
When we met though, I was pretty locked in on 0, especially with the news that America has faced recently with abortion and all that stuff. It made me super worried to have children, and so I was like, okay, maybe I should just not have kids. And also I wasn't dating. I was like, this isn't even in my realm. 0 kids, I don't want kids. And then we met, and I thought that I wasn't ever going to even before that, having kids scares me. Like being pregnant scares me. Like birthing scares me. It fucks up your body. Like that's terrifying. That's horrifying, honestly, to me. Like I'm like I like my body. I like my body how it is. You know, I've seen it through a lot of different ways, and thinking about seeing it in a completely different way that I am not even anticipating how it could turn out. Like that's really scary. You know, especially for someone who has gone through so many changes in her body. Like it's scary. But then in meeting you and feeling the way I feel about you and thinking about creating something together, like, I don't know, it made me like think about the 2 option that I had said kind of like just for surface level reasons. So I don't know if I'll be a mother ever, but I've definitely considered it.
It's on the cards.
I think they say in the cards. Those are all the questions. So we're gonna do the little spiel now. Make sure you like this video, like it right now. Like it right now. And subscribe. Do it right now. Subscribe. And if you don't already follow me on Instagram and TikTok, make sure you follow me at Leigh and Healey. I would plug Darragh's socials, but of course, as you know, he doesn't have any. So thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We will see you next time, and we're gonna say this together.
Slán leat agus garbh maith.
No, what was that?
Thank you.
Oh no, we're gonna say that we love them so much.
Of course it is.
Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. We love you so much.